Welcome to the M.A.N Show.
Welcome, everyone, to the M.A.N Show. I'm Eric, your host for tonight, and I'm joined with Kurth.
What up?
And Critter.
What's going on, everybody?
Critter, how you been doing this week, man?
Man, busy.
Yeah.
Busy. I haven't played any
haven't
games.
Seen much of you.
I know, man. My son started spring baseball. My coach's team, and they keep us busy as heck, and then work and school and everything else, man. I haven't been able to make much time for gaming. I actually had to miss my stream Thursday, which Kurth was nice enough to cover for me because of a sleep study. So hopefully this week everything will mellow out, kind of get into a routine, and I'll be back around a little more.
Kurth, what you been up to, man?
Oh, same old same, really. Playing some Rocket League. I really haven't had a lot of opportunity to play much else. I did try to play Laser League on stream. I was frankly quite disappointed to see that there was nobody really playing, man. I kept getting bots, nothing but bots, trying to queue for twos
I remember.
and threes.
I remember seeing that. You like posted the stats of all the players, right?
I know, I couldn't believe it, man. It was like 70 people a day are playing that game. That's really disappointing. It's such a great game. I feel for its future of me playing it if all I'm ever going to get is bots, which is disappointing. Because like I said, we talked about it last week, right? How addicted I was to this game. It was so much fun, but after the first week buzz wore off, it's like I can't get anybody to play with. So that was a major disappointment, a letdown. So there was that. I did play a couple rounds of PUBG with my nephew and Critter the other night for the first time in several months. That was a blast, man. That game's come a long way since the last time I played it. Did some updates on the website. We added Discord finally as a means you can use to connect your account. So you can connect your Discord account to your current M.A.N website account. So that was kind of neat. We changed up the live streams channel a little bit, so that way everybody in the server who is active in the server gets announced in live stream. So basically the requirement there is that you achieve the regular role, which is defined by Meeseeks just for your activity, hanging out in the channels and talking with people and stuff. And I think that was really it, mostly for the website stuff. I'm sure there was probably a couple other things I did here or there. But, other than that, tournaments beta was a big part of my week, too. I know Maple did a bunch of tournaments, actually gave away 30 keys, which I think you may have been there for that.
No, I wasn't there for that one, but I was there for all of our grand round 2 and outs. It was like every tournament we played, we might have got a bye and put in round 2 and, promptly left.
Yeah. I know I did a few tournaments. We did some viewer tournaments on stream one night. Quite a few others, and it was fun. I'm looking forward to what that will eventually become once it's live and part of the game, and I hope they'll continue to develop it and add more tournament formats and stuff like that. I think it will make our lives a little bit easier, and some of the features that it adds into the game, and just in being able to make the tournaments a little easier to be a part of, and so on and so forth. But then there's a lot of a lot of fun stuff that we do that it necessarily doesn't work for, like our random drafts. There is no random teams. You got to have your team up front, so it won't really bode well for that. Dungeon crawl, it really is of no use for that. So it'll be interesting to see. To see that grow. So excited for the tournament's beta to go live, I guess, in a nutshell. But at the end of the day, I don't think it will completely overtake all the other things we're doing with Battlefy and the website and all of that. And outside of that, really the only other thing I've been up to is Botman with you.
Yeah, Botman. That's been my life. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I hear you. You've done a great job with it.
I had to talk to my counselor for school about like my plans and all that, and he was asking me if I've been like studying for my exam, which I still have to schedule. But I was like, honestly, no. I've been just so busy, like every moment, just working on this project, and it's actually It's pretty much done. For all the major features, there's a patch I plan on releasing tonight, which will be Sunday at the time we're recording this, to do the general gaming chats where it will detect what game you're playing and set it accordingly. We finally got around to fixing up the voice chats, and I really thank everyone for all of their feedback while we were doing this, and the patience to put up with me breaking the Discord repeatedly, and really just helping me work on it and get it to a point in which everyone enjoys, because ultimately, I mean, it's everyone that's going to be using it, so I wanted all these features to be as user friendly for our community as possible, because they're the ones that are going to interact with it the most.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I also second that. Without everyone's feedback, it certainly wouldn't have come as far as it did in the period of time that it did. But initially we kind of launched it bare bones just to keep from delaying it, and see what everybody had to say. That way we could make sure the things we were doing to it were the right things, and people definitely provided us with plenty of feedback, and hopefully now we're at a point where it's pretty stable, and it's doing what it was designed to do effectively for you guys. And any further feedback, please, I implore you, please don't hesitate to send that our way so we can make this thing work the best it can for everybody.
Absolutely. So some news from around M.A.N, other than the Discord itself, but events. We have House of Champions. It's end of the month highlight real time, and I am excited, very excited. If you're not familiar, Unlacky does montages. He's done one of ours, and he's going to be doing them for House of Champions the end of every month, and his work is great. I love it. The other day I was watching Jakite stream, and Jakite put up one of Unlacky's montages as the outro, and I had to hunt down Lackey later and be like, dude, that was great.
Yeah, I too am familiar with his work. He does phenomenal work as well. So I'll be very excited to see that myself.
Let's see. House of Diamonds is going to be starting tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that'll be run by Glassic.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I hopefully can make it to that one. I don't know. That's a hard time for me, especially during the week. It's going to be a little bit crazy with the work schedule this week and all of that. Usually around that time, we're kind of doing the whole dinner thing and all that. So hopefully I can make it out. But if not, I'm sure I will hear how phenomenal it was after.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Again, same here. I'd really like to participate in that one. I think it'd be a lot of fun, because I like playing where everyone can give each other advice on how to get better.
Absolutely,
it's always a great experience. We have Dungeons and Dragons is going to start back up. Okapi's planning on starting another adventure Friday, March 2nd. I think the times are a little variable. They just kind of group up as any standard, half drunken adventuring party that meets up in a bar and goes out and slays things does. So if you're looking to get in on some Dungeons and Dragons action, you can contact Okapi in our Discord, and he'll help you get started. This is a completely beginner friendly event, as well as veterans as well are encouraged. We have M.A.N Solo 2s. This is an event cooked up by H2G2 Researcher. It's one of the first things we talked about when he got here was this event, and basically it is judging you on your own personal skill, and you're given I think it changes every round. You're given a teammate, and you perform, you play with that teammate, and based on the outcomes, you'll be given individual scores, and it sort of racks up as an individual player when you're playing with others. Very interesting event. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that one as well. It's on EU servers as well, right?
Yes, yeah. Actually, this is an EU event. I should mention it's an EU focused event.
Yeah, I remember when he first joined, and we were kind of looking at that format, and we were like, man, this is really interesting. We were just kind of looking at what it was going to take to kind of pull it off. In the midst of everything else we had going on. At that time we were doing multiple events every week, and we just kind of said, hey, listen, man, this sounds phenomenal, but I just don't think we can pull it off. And I'm happy to see him putting it together. I know there's a lot of legwork involved and all that. So be sure to check out the Man Solo 2's channel and get with him with your questions. And H2, you know, great job, sir. I'm looking forward to your event and its future.
Absolutely. We have the Man Mixer Night making a return.
Mixer's back. What?
Yeah, Mixer's gonna be back. The Mixer event is it's really just for it's in-houses that we schedule with divided up by ranks. So it's a great way to find other people within the same skill tier as you to play and play ranked with, and you know, just get to meet some people around the Discord. And as I said, it's usually run as a standard 3v3 in-house game, and this time we're going to be looking at maybe doing some other fun stuff with it. I was talking to Grumpy about some ideas, like doing a team captain kind of thing, where you just like pick up games, you know, and run like small little tournaments within there somehow. But we're going to be working on that, so that's going to be on the 27th, starting at 9 Eastern. So be sure to come out and meet some people that you can play with.
Okay, that's Tuesday? Okay, all right.
Yes, Tuesday.
Man,
Tuesday.
So basically, we got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday stuff going down in the Discord. That's awesome. So we got Monday is the House of Diamonds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday's the Man Mixer. Wednesday's the giveaway. And then from there we go Friday. We have Dungeons and Dragons. And
Saturday, House of Champions for the Eve.
Yep, Saturday, House of Champions. Damn, there's something going on almost every night, but what, Thursday and Sunday?
Yeah.
Well, Thursday, Critter will be streaming, so yeah, definitely should be a week jam-packed full of fun festivities.
Yeah. And of course, going on all week, there is Shimmy's Training Pack Challenge. And I haven't attempted this one yet, and I've seen some people say that it's pretty damn hard. Right now, it's Hard Mode Redirects by Jacob. You can find the training pack code in TPC leaderboards under community events. If you're unfamiliar with it, Shimmy keeps a leaderboard of everyone that attempts the challenge. So whatever the training pack is, you just try and get as far as you can, and he'll just keep a weekly leaderboard of them. Actually, one of my favorites that I train on sometimes when I'm just hanging out was Tight Angles by Whey Protein. That was a couple weeks ago, and I really like that one. So it's a great way to find some new training packs if you're really into that, and just try and compete and get your name up there on the leaderboard.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and challenge yourself to get better, right? That's what it's kind of all about.
Absolutely. Well, next up, we got some Team Man news. This was a big weekend for Team.
Absolutely, it was. And I regret I overslept the EU qualifier, but I did catch about 99% of Team Man NA's performance, and you know, it was glorious. I will say I thoroughly enjoyed watching those guys play. You know, they were just really clicking and gelling together as a team. You know, passing the ball, and it was definitely awesome to watch. I think Exile and myself kind of dubbed it the Symphony of Destruction in Twitch chat. So those guys were playing out of their mind. So big shout out to Plague, Fighter Vet, and Slim Jim. You guys did awesome. It wound up going to the lower bracket, I think, in round 5, and then on to the finals, which they just barely got taken down, but they'll be back at it again for try number 2 this weekend, and I'm super excited to see how that goes, and certainly couldn't be prouder of those boys, man. They played a hell of a game.
Yeah, I'm glad they're going to get another shot at it. Same thing, EU as well actually is going to be competing again this weekend. I talked with Jakite about because I also missed the EU. I believe they start really early in the morning too, which makes it even harder.
Yeah, I think it would be like 7 a.m. your time or 8 a.m. my time, you know, and I knew it would be earlier, but damn, you know, after watching T-Man NA and having a couple of whiskeys and doing the stream, I overslept, man. I was like, no, I woke up and it was over. I was very disappointed in myself, but, you know, it's unfortunate. reality of the time zone situation.
Yeah. But I did get a chance to talk with Jakite. He said they were playing very well. It was the lineup was Jakite, Z Hyena, and Lackey. I imagine it went strong. That composition is dangerous. The three of them. They went to the quarterfinals in the winners bracket and lost out in round 7 in the loser. So very similar, both Team Man teams.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm looking forward
to trying to catch them again this weekend.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I'm trying to think. I don't think the wife has a bunch of stuff planned this weekend, so I'll be probably similarly to this weekend, sitting around watching streams and rooting for these boys. So, be sure if you're around Saturday to look out for Fighter Vet's stream, and cheer these boys on and give them some support. They played a hell of a series this past weekend, and I expect nothing less this coming up weekend. So it'll be exciting to see. Also believe, if I understand correctly, I think Norcon may be coming into the picture this weekend as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I'm not 100% certain on that.
Okay.
And neither here nor there. Slim and Fighter and Plague played awesome. So no matter what the lineup, I can't wait to see it. That's all I'm trying to say.
Right on. All right, well, now we're gonna last week we announced that we'll be doing a highlight and low light of the week, which is based off of upvotes on the highlights and lowlights channels. So this week, our highlight is brought to you by Two Fish Tacos, and our low light is brought to you by Jakester. After that, we'll have an interview with Beer and Bratwurst about his new event that he's running.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, be sure to check out the website, middleagednoobs.com, as I'm sure you're familiar by now. But we'll have both the highlight and low light of the week listed there on the website for you to view. And once we're done recording the show this evening, we will actually purge those channels and let you guys get an opportunity to throw some new ones up for this week. So please don't forget to stop in, check them out, throw some upvotes behind your favorite ones so we can, feature them on the show. So thanks for sharing that with us, guys. We really appreciate it.
Welcome, Beer. Thanks for being on the show with us.
Thanks for let me join.
Yeah, great to have you, man.
So I'm assuming we're going to be here to talk about the 2v2 handicap challenge.
Yeah, I was in part of the conversation that you and Kurth were having about it. However, I didn't have much input for you because a lot of the early workings of this, Kurth was pretty much saying exactly what I was thinking. With a lot, just the way teams are going to be spread, and just a lot of the info he was giving you is exactly what I would have said. But I was following along with most of this. Why don't you give us a little bit of a rundown on it?
When I first joined, man, I was like a high silver, low gold. And, I pretty much played in every tournament I could get to. And, of course they're all fun, but some of them, it's playing against high ranked guys and you just get slaughtered, especially it's a little intimidating for lower ranked guys. And so I figured I'd try to come up with an idea to, help with that, and where everybody at least has a chance to, to win matches, even if they're up against higher ranked people. So I came up with this handicap that basically will give every player a point value. From there, you're going to add your point value to your teammates, and that'll give you a team total. And then you're going to put your team total against the team total that you're matched up against, and whoever has a higher total. Let's say you got 2 diamonds playing against two platinums. Your point totals, subtract the diamond or the platinums from the diamonds, and that final total is going to be the point spread. So,
Beer, what rank are you?
Plat 2.
Plat 2. So that gives you 4 points. I'm sitting in 2s. I'm sitting at Plat 2. So I've got 8. Critter, what are you in 2s?
Diamond 2.
Diamond 2. So that gives you 2.5. And Kurth, 2s?
Plat 3.
Plat 3. So 3.5. So your team, Kurth Critter, you've got 5 points, and we're sitting at 8 points. So we subtract from the higher team to the lower
Yeah.
team, or the lower team from the higher team?
The lower team from the higher team. Well, I'm sorry, the higher from the lower.
So you don't end up with a negative number, right?
Yeah, you're not with a negative number. That's
So
gonna
you
be
want
a-
okay, yeah. So then you go from highest to lowest. So we would have a 3-point spread
3 points
in our game.
Yes. Yeah.
And
actually-
Curse and
it's
Critter have to beat us by at least 3 points.
Have to beat by
It's-
3 goals.
It's actually 2. We have 6. It's 2.5 and 3.5.
Oh yeah, that's right. Math.
But yeah.
Okay.
So, but according to the rules I read, you have to cover or tie. Is that correct?
Cover or tie. Yep.
So
whatever
it
that
can't
score
be
is-
overtime.
So as long as we
whatever
have
overtime.
at least 2 goals more than y'all, then our team would win. 2 or more, right?
Yep, that's correct.
That sounds like a
Okay.
pretty, a pretty good challenge.
And that was the plan of it, it's try to get everybody, because if you're a lower ranked team and you're playing as 2 champions, it's not fun for either team. One team's gonna get killed, the other team's gonna, get bored. And at least this way, both teams have, a goal. One team's trying to hold on, the other team's trying to score. And at least we're trying to get to where at least the last minute. If you get in the last minute where both teams have a chance, that's when it's fun. There's pressure there, and it really makes it a lot of fun.
Right. And I definitely think this will do something like that, because that whole game, you're playing for it. Like, it's not that, playing as silver against a champ, that first goal goes by, you're like, well, that's game for me as the silver, Yeah. So at least this, you've got a chance to like hang on and really keep playing through the rest of the match. I mean, that's it sounds a bit more even, and more like actually going into playing competitive and playing against someone of your same skill level. You still have that chance of holding on, because the point differences can be great enough to give you that advantage.
Yeah, and I was thinking if we could put the team totals on on the Battlefy, on the team names, and then also on the chat headers of the teams in the Discord. That way everybody can see it. That way everybody can kind of do their own math and agree upon it before the match even starts. Most people let the channel bounce back and forth to get the private game info.
Right.
Say, all right, we got to beat you by 3 goals, and they say, yep, okay, and then then you're good to go.
Yeah, that should be easy enough to add that to the Battlefy teams and the team voice channels the night of the event. Speaking of, when is it?
Be set up for March 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Of course, our EU friends are more than welcome to join, but the servers are all going to be on US East, and it's going to be a Swiss bracket at the start. Then we're going to go to best of 3 semifinals and finals. So the top 4 teams will move to a semifinal
Awesome.
Okay.
bracket. Yep.
Well, that's
Yeah, I think
cool.
this will be a lot of fun. And then just doing some numbers. I mean, you could do this with a 3v3 or a random draft. Even would be fun.
Yep. Yeah, you should be able, the 3v3, well, I mean, something is harder to score, something is easier. It just depends on who you are. It might have to be tweaked a little bit. This is like just basically a start. And from here, we kind of see how it went. We can maybe tweak on it for if we want to try it again. So
Yeah, absolutely. I can even see this expanding more into like actual elimination brackets, because with the point differences, it's easier to hang on. Like Swiss is great. Typically, we've used Swiss just to seed alone, and just to have the games. But I think it would actually be really fun to run this in an elimination format, because then, I really enjoy playing against higher tiered teammates, or higher tiered opponents rather. Like I did during our last MCCS when I played against Middle and Denka. Like they were great, and it's just great to see like their skill playing against them. Because with Swiss, what's going to happen? The one unfortunate thing about Swiss is Swiss pairs you with who you're best suited to play. So after that first round, when people start getting wins and losses, it actually divides the bracket up in such a way that you will never see, or not never, but it becomes much rarer for you to see teams higher than yourself based on your win-loss record. So the more you lose, the more it puts you with other people that you should be playing with who've lost just as much as you have. Same
Yeah,
thing
and,
for well.
and I guess that does, it makes sense. It'd be interesting to see how the lower teams do against the higher ranked teams here too. I mean, see a bunch of higher ranked teams in the.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only thing. Right out of the gate, it'll be fine because everyone will be randomly seated. But then past that, like I said, it'll segregate a bit. So you'll probably end up with like much closer point spreads because based on records and such, it could. But then again, with this system, you don't know. We don't know yet how
if
exactly
it works like it
turn
should.
out.
It should just be a big cluster of close.
Yeah.
It's going to be. We'll see. This is going to be.
Yeah.
This is our trial version. And hopefully, if it works over, it goes over well. Received really well by the community, so hopefully continues to, and we can get a EU version for them as well. Like I said, they're more welcome to join this one, but I know they're at a both time and latency disadvantage.
Yeah. I'm sure some will. We have our usual Night Owl EU crowd.
And this is set 7, so it's at least an hour earlier than at least the 8 p.m. one. So
yeah, but I'm really excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it myself. Keeping a special eye to see how it goes. But I really appreciate you stopping by and having a chat with us and telling us a little bit more about the event. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about it, check out the Middle Age Noobs website, middleagenoobs.com. There's a direct link with all the details. It's the 2v2 handicap challenge on March 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern.
And if there's any questions, contact myself, Bjorn Bratwurst, or Zone 315 to answer your questions. So, yeah, all right, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you letting me promote it a little bit here.
No, man, thanks for coming on, and thanks for putting this together, man. I'm super excited to see how this shakes up. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. All right. I'm going to get out of here. You guys can continue the show, which I really enjoy, by the way. So I'm kind of looking forward to hearing it. Not myself so much. But all right, you guys have a good night.
Thanks for you too. Thanks to Beer for stopping by and telling us about his event. I'm really excited to see that one work. Last thing we have here is M.A.N events for the week, and what we have is a giveaway on Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. It will be streamed Twitch TV/MiddleAgeNoobs. And the entries will close at 7 p.m. So if you're a M.A.N card holder and you have yet to enter the giveaway, you are running out of time. So be sure you do that before this Wednesday, the 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And we are actually going to be giving away 2 Afterglow controllers, like we spoke about in episode 1. So that's going down this week on Wednesday. And so be sure to get registered if you have not yet, because that will be required. Oh, also the Dungeon Crawl Friday night. That was an absolute blast. I did the Pinball Wizard deal again for my mutator, and I know it was a lot of fun. And then, of course, after all the crazy mutator stuff that we did there, Critter and I headed off for some 2v2 ranked action, which usually results in us playing like absolute trash after all the mutator fun. But I was actually having one of the better nights that I've had in quite a while in terms of how it was playing. How was your guys' experience with the Dungeon Crawl?
It was a lot of fun, man. I just kind of went through and randomly clicking some mutators, and I ended up with a spring-loaded hoops, unlimited boost, 1.5 times boost, and I used a puck with a lightweight puck instead of a ball. But it was a blast, man. The puck did some crazy stuff. Everybody said they enjoyed it. I had the honor of beating Eric with the last second goal.
I did not enjoy it. Don't you put words in my mouth.
That he owned gold for me. The puck was insane, but it was a good time. I enjoyed going back through at the end and playing the other bosses, mutators.
Yes, the boss on boss battles were definitely grand. I enjoyed that as well. And your puck oops was definitely great. Eric, what about you, man?
Yeah, other than Critter, it was great. It was a lot of fun. I really liked Beer and Zona's idea, having the bosses that would switch sides. I told them, no, they had to slow the ball down because like it was insanity trying. Did you play their game mode?
Yes.
Yeah, it was so much trying to keep track of that, and then like they were like switching teams, but nobody would hit the ball anyway. There was one though. We should have clipped it. There, like Beer got this insane save, and Zona was just like, "Who are you?" It was hilarious. But dungeon crawls are always a great time. There's so much fun.
And a big shout out to Todd Chavez for stepping up to be a boss this week or this month rather.
Todd's was like the worst. There was just enough difference. I think it was low gravity, a huge ball, 1.5 times boost, and so it was just all these little tiny tweaks, and it was impossible to play. I barely touched the ball once.
Really?
He beat the crap out of me. He beat the crap out of me in that game mode.
That ball was so giant, you couldn't hit it?
Yeah, no, because like the 1.5 boost and the low gravity combined, like I never knew where my car was going.
Yes, this was definitely a little disorienting for me personally, but I very much enjoyed it, so I really appreciate him putting that together. I gotta ask though, how disorienting or jarring was it going from his giant basketball mutator to my tiny pinball mode?
Oh, that was a jarring experience because he just like I went from not hitting the ball at all to flying around and not hitting the ball and trying to chase it. But Pinball Wizard's awesome. That was a great mutator game mode you came up with.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with it. But thanks everybody for coming out to the dungeon crawl. We had an absolute blast. Like I said last week on the show, I mean it's always one of my favorites, and certainly hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And thanks to all the bosses for stepping up to make that event so great.
I think that about wraps up the Man Show for this week. Thanks everybody for all of your support, for always coming to check us out.
Yes, thank you all very much, and we will see you on the pitch. Critter, say bye!
Peace!
Middle-aged Noobs thanks you for watching The Man Show. Be sure to follow, like, and subscribe for the latest Man news and event announcements.